Okay guys, Billy here, Fix It for Fun. We're going to change the rear wheel bearing on this '01 Honda Civic sedan here. Show you guys how it's done. Or at least how I get it done. Take the wheel off, take the rotor off. There's little threaded holes here if you need to find you an extra bolt to thread down in there to pop this off. This one's already loose. Okay, next thing we need to get off is this little dust cover here. Just flat blade screwdriver, a little sharp punch, something like that. Just kind of work it around. Next, you're going to need another punch to get this little, if somebody's already smashed this nut on here, got to get that out of here before we can take it off. Let me go find me a better punch here. Okay. Get the little divot knocked out of the center of it. This thing is going to be a 32 millimeter or a 1 1/4 if you don't have a 32 millimeter. Okay, now that the air compressor is off, okay, we got to pull this bearing off. Now, I already replaced this bearing about a month ago, and when I went to slide it down onto the hub or onto the spindle, it was loose, too loose. But this is my sister's car, so we just went ahead with it. And of course, you know, it's already making noise, not that long. Now, the puller that I used is this one right here. Now, something will press through the center. You just have to take these bolts, and now I had to find these in my bolt bucket, and I had to grind the puller out a little bit. But you fish some nuts back here, in the holes right here, and then you can press the center down. It'll pull it off. But like I said, something is already the matter with this bearing. So, as you can see, I can just pull this thing off with my hand. Now, on the old one, when I pulled it off, the inner race that is in the back side of this bearing is going to be stuck on the inside of that spindle there. Now, you have to get it off before you put the new one on. And I had to cut it with a cutoff wheel and knock it with a chisel till it broke. And then once it breaks, you take the new one. Once it breaks, you slide the piece of the old race off. Make sure you clean up the hub or the spindle. And then you take the new one. Let's see, we'll get it in there. Yeah, see, this one's already a lot tighter than the other one. Okay, I'm gonna put you guys back on the stand here. Now what I did was find a socket that's got an inner diameter that fits on that inner race. Because you don't want to be pressing on the outside of it, it's gonna press that bearing out. Okay. Then once you get that seated on there, take your nut, put your nut back on. Okay, I'm only going to torque it a little bit because we're going to hit it with a torque wrench. Okay, I got my torque wrench set to 135, but I think that's a little over what it is factory. So you just have to look it up for yourself. I won't be responsible for that. That actually wasn't a very big swing. It turned a little bit before it clicked, but I don't like that. If you don't like how it torques, just do it again. Okay. Then once you get it torqued, stake your nut back down. Take your rotor, blow out all this extra brake dust. It helps just to drop it on the floor for a second. After you torque it, go ahead and spin this thing. Make sure it spins nice and smooth. If it's a little tight, that's to be expected, you know, but that one feels nice and loose. Okay. Don't forget your dust cap. Okay, another thing is I cannot stress this enough about installing brand new studs, whether they come on the wheel bearing, hub assembly, or you're installing them yourself. When you go to tighten that lug up, that lug nut, sometimes it feels soft like you're going to break the lug or something like that. It's because it's pulling all the way down. So if you get a new stud, you need to keep tightening it until you feel it bottom out, and then you can loosen it up and retorque your wheel. Make sure you always torque at the proper specs. All right, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe.